Lions fans, let's dive into some key takeaways from this week's coordinator press conferences as we gear up for week 2. There's plenty to talk about, from Jack Campbell's snap count to our special team strategy and everything in between. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Activate the bell so you don't miss any content. Starting with defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn, a big surprise from week 1 was seeing our first-round pick Jack Campbell on the field for only 56% of the snaps. Glenn reassured us, though, that this was all part of the plan. He explained, "We have different packages for different players, meaning it's about rotation, and they're still backing guys like Malcolm Rodriguez and Derek Barnes." Campbell's performance was solid, but Glenn is playing the long game to ensure all key defenders get the right amount of playing time. What do you think? Should Campbell be getting more snaps, or are you cool with this rotation? Now let's talk about the Rams' short passing game. Glenn said the defense forced them into a finesse game, taking away their deep shots, a strategy that worked well, until the dink and dunk passes started adding up. He admitted our zone coverage wasn't as tight as it needed to be, and they're fixing it. What do you think? Was this the right strategy, or should we have adjusted more aggressively? On to our offense. Coordinator Ben Johnson didn't hold back. He called week 1's performance disappointing, but said it's just the beginning. The focus? Improving execution, especially on third downs where we went 6 for 13. Johnson believes in the versatility of this offense, saying we have speed on the perimeter, athletic tight ends, and a backfield that can keep defenses guessing. The Rams couldn't stop the run, so we leaned on that. But should we stick with the ground game against the Bucs or air it out more? Special teams coach Dave Phipp also gave some love to kicker Jake Bates, who's been clutch, going for 4 on kicks. Phipp did mention that Bates' line drive kickoff last week might have been a mishit, but he trusts him to handle kickoff duties over punter Jack Fox. What do you think? Is Bates the right guy for the job, or should we let Fox take over? Now let's talk injuries. The big one, Penei Sewell hasn't practiced yet due to an ankle injury, but he said, "I'm good." We're all hoping to see him back by Friday. Edge rusher Marcus Davenport and safety Afida Melifonwu are still sidelined, with Melifonwu looking less likely to play. On the bright side, safety Kirby Joseph is back on the field after missing Wednesday's practice, which is great news for our secondary. Finally, there's some excitement on the defensive front. DJ Reader is set to make his Lions debut. This could be huge for our run defense, especially against Tampa Bay. How pumped are you for Reader to finally suit up? And don't forget, we've got a tough matchup ahead against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, so every decision counts as we move into week 2. With the Bucs dealing with some key injuries of their own, especially on their offensive line, it opens up a real opportunity for our defense to make an impact. Their right tackle, Luke Goedick, has been downgraded, and with defensive tackle Collegiate Cansey missing 3 straight practices, it looks like they're going to be a little shorthanded on both sides of the ball. This could be a big advantage for us, especially with our pass rushers hungry to create some pressure. What do you all think? Could this be the game where our defense really steps up and dominates? Also, their secondary is looking thin, with cornerback Josh Hayes in a walking boot and safety Antoine Winfield expected to miss the game. This could open the door for our receivers to make some noise. Guys like Jameson Williams and Amon-Ra St. Brown are set to exploit those gaps. If the Bucs can't tighten up that secondary, our passing game could go off. Do you think this is the moment our air attack finds its rhythm? And while injuries are always a factor, we've got to be careful not to underestimate the Bucs. They've still got playmakers like Mike Evans and Chris Godwin who can turn the game in a flash. But with our defense getting some key pieces back, like Kirby Joseph and DJ Reader, we're in a solid position to shut them down. What are your thoughts on how we match up against their offense? With all these moving parts, Sunday's game could go either way, but I'm feeling good about our chances. If we can keep improving on both sides of the ball and take advantage of their weaknesses, this could be the statement win we need early in the season. So, Lions fans, how are you feeling about week 2? Confident we'll come out with a win, or is there something you're concerned about? As a Lions fan, I'm really optimistic about what's coming, but I also know that we need to adjust some things. Seeing Jack Campbell only play 56% of the snaps in week 1 left me scratching my head, but I understand that Aaron Glenn is thinking long-term. I like how he's managing the rotation and getting guys like Malcolm Rodriguez and Derek Barnes involved. Campbell's talent is undeniable, so I believe we will see him gain more space as the season progresses. Now, looking at the offense, I confess that I was a little disappointed with the performance in week 1, especially in third down conversions. But Ben Johnson made it clear that the team has a lot of potential and the flexibility to adjust both in the running game and in the air. If we can get this right, our offense will take off. I'm especially excited about the versatility we have on the roster. Guys like Jameson Williams can be game changers. As for the game against the Bucks, their injuries to the offensive line and secondary open up a huge opportunity for us. If we take advantage of these gaps, we can emerge from there with an important victory. But, as always, you can't underestimate Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. Our defense needs to be sharp, and with Kirby Joseph returning and DJ Reader debuting, I think we have what it takes to hold these guys down. Overall, I'm confident. We have everything we need to win this game and start building a successful season. What do you think, guys? Am I too optimistic, or are we ready to take off?